So I guess I'm not going to get to really enjoy my Saturday. It's all right, though. Yeah, I just wanted to pull this up, fucking around, looking at shit, and this in particular here, this video, good God, man. We got like 100 dogs. It's just like fucking, it's a doggy daycare here. We are just chock full of little ass dogs that bark at mouse farts and set all the other dogs off. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Put them fuckers outside. Alright. Hopefully they're good now. I don't know, but either way, this right here is super important, and this is one of the main points I've been trying to make in regards to everyone saying we're winning and AMC the battle. AMC and GME are not the battlegrounds anymore. That is not where the fucking fight is taking place. This is why.
Securities in my TD direct investing account.
What questions did you have?
Specifically about AMC and GME. Wondering what the margin requirements are to short sell those securities for collateral.
I'm fairly sure that both of those shares are on our credit watch list, which means they have zero loan value, which means we would not be shorting those stocks through TD Direct Investing. Do you have access to WebBroker?
No, I mean if someone wants to short sell the stock in their portfolio, if someone wants to do that, what are the margin requirements, or they're not permitted to? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, there's zero loan value on those stocks. We would not allow you to short them.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure those two, because they're so volatile, are on our credit watch list. I was just asking about WebBroker.
Yep.
If you go into WebBroker, there is a list of stocks on the credit watch list.
Oh, okay. How do I get it? How do I go there? I'm in there right now.
Yeah. So you'll see at the top of the screen, you got the TD logo, and it says Accounts, Research, and Trading. If you click on Trading, you'll see in a drop-down menu.
Mm-hmm.
It says Margin and Concentration Limits, I believe.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to get back into WebBroker here.
Okay.
I kind of feel like he went into this thinking they were going to lie to him because he's a little bit hostile, just a little bit. Like she's being very nice and very straightforward with things as far as he's like cutting her off. Yeah, chill the fuck out. Typically, when you have a brokerage like Fidelity or TD or anything like Schwab, something like that, and you actually call their customer service and you don't have to fucking send an email and wait 10 days to hear something back, they're usually very, very knowledgeable. They can get things taken care of. I remember shortly after I opened my TD Ameritrade account, I'd fucked up and put my P.O. box, my business address, as my mailing address, like my actual address, and it ended up freezing my account and freezing my assets, and I was pissed. I was like losing my mind. And as soon as I called and talked to them, we were able to get squared away. They were just like, hey, here, you go to this. I had to go to some totally different website, everything for TD, and just send a couple screenshots of some paperwork and my ID again and everything and whatnot. And it was literally taken care of and fixed the same, like that day. It was done. I actually called after hours when the stock market was closed, and they took care of it the next morning. Everything was fine. But yeah, I think he was going in this thinking he was going to be like, oh, I can't talk about that. I can't discuss that. But either way, just this is, we'll get into this in a minute. But
Okay.
And on that page, when it opens up, after you see those kind of grids, there's a list there that says stocks on the credit watch list. Click here to review list.
Review the list. Okay, I see that.
110
Interesting.
pages long.
Very interesting information.
It's getting longer.
Wow.
Like last time I looked at it, I remember it was only 83 pages.
Okay, yeah, this is going to be a very interesting one to share with the community.
And I bet you AMC and GameStop would be on there because they're just very volatile.
Okay.
If we let clients short it and then it fluctuates so much, it's too much.
And this female is so knowledgeable, like, because I'm over here, this dude's going page for page, and I'm like, dude, fucking hold control and hit F. It's a search, find, little bar that comes up. So what you're looking for, you type it in, it'll tell you where it's at, highlight it, tell you how many times. It's just like this. It blows my mind just because, like, and it could just be me, but like when Windows 95 and shit came out and everything, even Windows 93 or 94, whatever it was, I knew all of these hotkeys. Like, I just knew them. No one taught them to me. I just played around and screwed around, and Windows was definitely more basic then. I mean, I wouldn't say it was basic, but it was easier to navigate. It really was. Back then, it was easier to navigate than it is now because there's just so much shit in Windows. But yeah, like this is some things I'm talking about. I want you guys to know this because these are basic IT skills. If you want a job in IT, literally, if you know how to use your keyboard to navigate Windows, to take screenshots and pull up data that you need to find on certain web pages, if you know how to access source code, which is it's all just controlled and function buttons and window buttons. That's it. That's all it is. You could probably Google an entire list, but you could literally get yourself like a basic entry level IT job if you can demonstrate those skills without even having a degree at all. Yeah, and like if you familiar yourself with like WordPress and programs for building websites, like this shit ain't what it used to be. Like back in the day, like I said, you had to write scratch HTML, you had to write scratch JavaScript, things like that. Now it's already written for you in programs, and you just click what you want, and it's a blocked up code that goes where it goes, and you won't even really got to do shit. But if you know how to work the program, you're fucking in, and it's not that hard. But let's listen to this lovely lady.
Much headache for our credit department, so they just put it on the.
Okay, I understand. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Are they on the list there?
I'm just looking down here. Hold on.
If you go
There's so many
F,
stocks. Yeah, Control F and
Control F and
AMC.
type in AMC.
Yeah, it is AMC
Entertainment.
Yep, I see it there. AMC Entertainment.
Kind of want to marry this woman.
0%.
Zero loan value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GME.
So anything with
Yeah,
zero, you're not
GME
able to short
0%.
through us.
Okay, all right, not able to short through TD. I understand. Thank you for that information.
You're welcome. Was there anything else?
Yeah, I have a couple other questions as well. Two more. The other question is, how are the orders routed? Are they routed direct to New York Stock Exchange, or do they go through dark pools or other alternative trading systems like Citadel Connect and other similar ATSs and non-ATSs?
I don't really have a whole answer for that. I mean, we do trade on the primary market, but there are alternate exchanges that we can route your order to. So we route it where we feel you'll get the best price.
Is there a way for me to set it up so that I have direct routing?
There is not.
Okay.
No, we direct the orders.
Okay.
I can't see myself. Sorry, if you're happy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I can't see before you send it where it's going to go. We only know after.
Yeah, but you can find out afterwards.
Right?
Okay. No, that answers my questions. The third question I think you already answered, essentially. Oh, sorry. No, no, you didn't actually. My mistake. I was actually wondering if my shares can be lent out as well in my account, or if because they're in a cash account, are they not able to be lent out to short sellers, or can they be lent out to short sellers?
So in a cash account, as long as you've paid for everything, then we can't borrow from you. If they're paid up shares, then we can't borrow. So we can't borrow. So normally in a cash account or any registered plan account like a TFSA or RSP, you're not allowed to borrow money.
Mm-hmm.
So because you've paid for your securities in full, we would not be lending out those shares. However, in a margin account, if you're borrowing money from us, that means we're allowed to borrow from you to the extent that you've borrowed money from us.
Okay.
So if you fully paid for them, even in a margin account, then we wouldn't be able to borrow from your account.
Okay, I understand. Thank you so much for your answers.
So if you take a look at your statements, take a look in your holdings where it says SEG segregated. That means that it's segregated and we're not borrowing.
Okay, thank you. That's useful as well.
So you should see everything that says segregated in cash or registered plan account.
Great. That's a lot of useful information. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure. And thank you for choosing TD Direct Investing. We appreciate your business. Was there anything else?
No, that's all. My pleasure.
So, again, I have been trying to push this out there and push this narrative. This was another reason I have such a big problem with your big YouTubers who are now literally stealing phrases from a Nick Cannon Nickelodeon fucking movie called Drumline. One band, one sound. No. No, 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 no. Please do not get sucked back into this, guys. The guys that want to kick this under the rug are the guys who are scared that you are going to expose their involvement in this thing. There is no one band, one sound anymore. These motherfuckers wanted to take more money from us at a time when people are losing it because they're disconnected from this community. They don't care about this fucking community. They only care how many of you come in, click like, click subscribe, click notification, share their videos, whatever pumps up. There's a whole analytics page on, if you have a YouTube channel, there is an analytics page, and it will tell you once you're in a monetized zone, marks you need to hit. Like when these guys are like, hey, drop a bunch of gorillas in the chat. Hey, let me see a bunch of ducks in the chat. They need to hit a certain quota of chat volume. And then you guys just flood that shit. And if they get above that chat volume, they get bonuses. The more activity they have on their live streams and shit, the more revenue that gets generated and the bigger the checks they get from YouTube. So you guys need to understand this shit. That's where things started making me like sick. And one of the newer guys, like, seriously, like I told you, they have these little bots. They will either use these little bots, they pay for them, they add cash to them, and then they just randomly super chat you. As I said, psychology of selling. When people are paying money for something, it makes you feel like you may be missing out on something, or you want to be a part of it too. So you'll pay for it. But these guys will literally sit on their phones. They'll sit on their phones with a second account they created that's subscribed to themselves. And they'll be sending themselves their own money, super chatting through this account. They do that. This is a legitimate thing. I promise you guys. This is a very real thing. So yes, the disconnect is so real that you guys have got to start opening your eyes. You have to. You have to. These guys attempted, they fucked all of you over. They're still getting paid. Now they want everything to not get talked about. Now they want to try to retract themselves and scurry into their little shell and be like, I'm just like you guys, remember? I'm just like you. We're the same. And no. I realized, I noticed the moment these guys started trying to turn their channels into an entertainment venue when they wanted to really start monetizing their shit. Hey, you know what we could do? We could start bringing each other onto each other's channels, and then I'll get your subs, you'll get my subs. Our channels will grow exponentially. People, instead of just watching me or just watching you, they'll be watching both of us. We'll grow both of our channels, and then we'll get more people in. Seriously, man. I know you guys aren't dumb. I know that you're not. You're just new. That's it. You're just new to a lot of this stuff, but you're not dumb. But yes, again, anyway, this right here, my point that I've been trying to make for a long time now. AMC and GME are not the battlegrounds anymore. They have not been. This is what Vanguard, BlackRock were waiting for. They were waiting for these margin requirements to go up, for brokerages to no longer allow the shorting of these stocks. Because now, hey guys, guess what I got? You know what you can't get over there? Guess what I got over here? Come here, let me talk to you. Got these ETFs here, man. Got these ETFs. Yeah, they're going to cost you a little more than what you could get there, but, I got them. Supply and demand, baby, supply and demand. The battle is off, not on these underlines. It's in ETFs. That's where it's at. That's where it's been. I've showed it to you 100 times. It's making me want to throw up how many people are still talking about the battle taking place in AMC and GME. It's not. It is not. They're not allowing it to anymore. Right there. And this is one that TD, I know for sure their options chain gets routed to Citadel. Citadel pays for order flow of their options. I don't think they get direct access to shares. I think those more than likely go to the NYSE or NASDAQ or whatever. But options, they pay for from TD. Fidelity is the only one that allows you to route your order where you want it to go. Citadel does not have their hand in anything that Fidelity does. And it's crazy because Fidelity was considered old school, man. They're like old. They've been around for a long time. It's where like most people that, get options or shares of their company, they're typically held in Fidelity. Um, like I'm talking about like my friends' dads who are now like grandfathers. They have Fidelity accounts that they've had for fucking 20, 30 years. And Fidelity's about to make a huge comeback because of the freedom and the transparency that you have with routing your orders. And that's a huge thing. That's how you combat payment for order flow. All these other guys are signing up for PFOF because they think it's the future and it's easy. It takes work off their hands and all kinds of shit. So Fidelity's going to see an insane surge. And there's going to be some brokerages that follow suit. They're going to start cutting their PFOF contracts with Citadel and whoever else, and they're going to get back to the basics. I 100% see that coming. It may not be till the market crashes, but it's coming. But anyway, yeah, this is everywhere now. Margin requirements everywhere have been raised. They got raised in June. So what did these guys do? They found another way to get a hold of these shares. Yeah, they may have to buy and short into 10 different ETFs housing AMC to equal the amount of pressure they could have gotten from just directly shorting AMC, but they got the fucking money for it and they're doing it. They are doing it. That's how this is happening, guys. But again, proof, just more proof. I just want to show you guys more proof that the shit I'm telling you is fucking real. It's legit. It's the truth. Why in the fuck would I be wasting my time digging around for hours out of my day to fucking come up with all this shit to show you guys? Seriously. Like, honestly, why? How does that benefit me at all? At all. If I wanted your money, if I wanted your clicks, I wanted your other shit, I would be fucking making titles that say AMC's going to the moon by next Friday, 285 price target from analyst, blah, blah, bullshit, blah. Bringing the truth to you guys, the facts of the scenario. I'm showing you the battlefield as a whole. Like a general would. Lay out a map. We got shit going on here. We got shit going on here. We need soldiers here. We need boots on the ground here. And that's what I'm trying to do. Show you guys how this war is being played out. How they are managing it. Because they've lost. They've lost the ability to, fight in Jerusalem. They've lost the ability to just walk into that town and fight right there. So now they have to go to the outskirts. They lost that battle. They have to start trying to take down surrounding cities to where they can build a larger army that can push forward in and eventually try to crush that shit. But it's not going to happen. It can't. The manipulation, the info coming out about everything they're doing, these new regulations coming out are exactly what I anticipated. This is going on intentionally. This is the government intentionally creating a safety net, because if AMC and GME were allowed to rip, it would crash the market. It would crash it immediately. Like I'm telling you 100%. I promise you, because if it was me, if I was dumb and wasn't paying attention to AMC and GME and was just a regular old investor, and I got all these fucking holdings somewhere else, and then all of a sudden I see AMC or GME in 20 minutes just jumped up 600%. I'm gonna take a look at that real quick, and then I'm gonna look at the chart, and then I'm gonna be like, holy shit! And then it jumps up 200% more in like 2 minutes. I'm gonna be like, oh my god! I'm gonna liquidate everything I fucking have, and I'm gonna be like, these retards were right. They were right. Oh my god! And I'm gonna put everything I have into that to capitalize as much as I possibly can. Because it turns out they were right. And all of these fundamentalist traders, shit, when they see a short squeeze of that magnitude happening, and like I said, they're regulating it. They're going to do this so that it does not crash the market. It is most likely going to happen in spurts over a period of time. I don't know how much, and no one knows how much you're going to let it run out. All I know is I have seen proof that these guys have shorted this stock like I mean, there's naked shorts out there that are like 180% of this stock. And the ETFs are a little harder to gauge because it's more than just AMC in there. So it's hard to decipher that. But either way, even those shorts and those ETFs, those have to be returned to. Whether anyone starts fighting that battle in there with them and forcing them to start covering there too, either way, at the end of the day, they're going to have to be returned no matter what, which is going to be the price of AMC that they've managed to push down from all those fucking ETFs. It's going to raise it. But yeah, I just wanted to go over some of that shit again, because this is just more proof for you guys that AMC and GME as a whole, that's not where this battle is taking place. It isn't. They have not been allowed to short there. It's been talked about for weeks now. The margin requirements have been through the roof. They're already under. They can't afford to short an AMC and GME anymore. They have to go to an ETF. An ETF with a very small percentage of AMC compared to actually borrowing directly AMC. And that's how that's going down, guys. So anyway, shout out to this cat. I don't even know who it is. Crystal Ball 93, Stonks and Sports. So shout out to them for this. That was cool. That's great. This is the type of shit that needs to be going on right here. Call your brokers, record your conversations. This is the type of shit that needs to be happening. We need to start bringing this type of stuff to the community's attention so that you can realize we're not lying to you guys. We aren't lying to you. We're telling you ETFs is where it's happening. Promise you. Not an AMC and GME. It's improbable and pretty much impossible because no one's allowing the shorting directly of AMC and GME anymore. So it's a waiting game, like I said, unless everyone gets a hold of this information and puts the pieces of the puzzle together that, oh, we're over here swinging swords at the air in AMC and GME and hitting nothing. Maybe we should go to these ETFs and start swinging some steel around there and see if we hear some ching chang ding dong, or you hit something. Fuck, because there's nothing for you to hit in AMC and GME right now. You're just giving money away, literally. It's well, not necessarily giving it away, but I mean, it's it's controlled. The money you're putting in there is very much controlled. So yeah, let me get out of here. This video ran longer than I wanted it to. 6:30. Okay, I can go enjoy a little bit of sun. A little bit, maybe. Hopefully, watch. It'll start fucking raining in 10 minutes. I'm out of here.